Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tracy and for today's video tutorial we're doing an interactive card. Let me bring it in and show you. So it looks pretty simple. I'm going to lift up the bunch of flowers to reveal the sentiment. Let's get started. All the supplies I'm using for today's card can be seen on the screen. I'm so excited to be showing you this card. It is quite an easy one once you understand how it's put together. We're using the Jar of Flowers bundle. This is the punch and the stamp set. And we're using a few other new products from the annual catalogue. Thick Whisper White card base. We also have the Flowers for Every Season Designer Series paper. And we're using Bumblebee as our main colour here. This is also a new embossing folder. It's called Old World Paper. I've run it through my die cutting machine and it absolutely gives so much great texture. So we have a few different bits of Whisper White card here. This is for our stamping. So we're using the Jar of Flowers stamp set. Now this is a reversible stamp set. So on one side I've stamped it with Memento, that little jar there. I've turned the stamp over and we're going to create that water background using the balmy blue ink there. So I'm going to second generation stamp. So stamping off first just gives us that nice light colour, which looks really good. The stamp set also has this stems stamp as well, so it's creating a really nice background. There's a few different flower stamps in this set. I'm using this one here. It's a jumble of a mixture of different flowers. I've stamped it twice because I need an extra backing. Using a few different colours here, let me just go through them really quickly. We have Granny Apple Green, Mango Melody, Pretty Peacock, Balmy Blue, Calypso Coral and Flirty Flamingo. So we've just popped the Granny Apple Green down. We're doing the Flirty Flamingo now. I'm going in with the dark, creating the shadows and then coming back through with the light and blending all that in. So all the supplies that I'm using today are linked in this video. You can purchase it in my online store. That's also linked in the video. Use the hostess code for this month and I'll send you out a bundle tutorial. You'll also get a handmade card from me and you can earn yourself Inky rewards. We've got the holiday catalogue out now as well. So if you haven't got that catalogue, let me know and I can send one out to you if you're not already working with the demonstrator. Okay, so we're almost finished with our flowers here. We're going off with the Balmy Blue and coming back in with the light Flirty Flamingo just for those little tiny buds. Bringing the Winker Stella in, this creates a really nice shine and shimmer to the project. It doesn't show up too well with the video, but in real life it looks really nice. So we have the jar punch here that punches out perfectly. But there is no die set for any of the other flowers. So I'm going to do a quick fussy cut here. Now with the second one here that I've just cut out, I'm just using that as the backing. So I've gone a little bit shorter with cutting that one out. And that just gives extra stability. Okay, let's create that pop-up feature. I have two pieces of Whisper White here. And I'm going to glue that little tab piece to that pull tab. And this is how easy putting this together is. So I have the mini dimensionals here and I'm using the bones. So we're putting it on the very edge of that jar. And as you can see in a second, I'm going to just trim off a little bit of those tabs. You want to make sure that when you're pulling the tab out that it's clear of the sides. So you want plenty of room. I'm also going to pop just a little bit of the pull stop down the bottom. That stops it from going all the way through. And lastly, to stop it from pulling all the way out of the jar, we're just going to put the stoppers in the neck of the jar. So still using the bones, we just need a little piece on either side and that tab will stop right at the very edge there. These bones come in so handy. And it's great that the whole of the sheet can be used. So as you can see, really simple to put together. Now to place our flowers, we're going to pop the tab all the way down to the bottom. We're going to put some dimensionals on that tab, and I want to line up the flowers so it's sitting right at the neck of the bottle there. So it's sort of covering up the neck a little bit. Using the Blossoms in Bloom stamp set, I'm just going to use that hello. It's nice and small and fits in really well in that little tab. Okay, so I've got the backings to give it that extra stability, just using liquid glue to pop it down. Moving it all the way to the bottom of the tab and then before putting the flowers down. That way I know I have it in the correct alignment. So we have that designer series paper, like I said before, flowers for every season. We're going to take that embossed piece and we're just going to distress the edges. I always use old scissors. It does blunt your scissors, so please don't use your good snips. We have the bumblebee in colour ribbon here, and I'm going to do a little faux little bow there. So I'm just tying it around my Winker Stella, taking it off, and then I'm going to snip that circle there, and that creates that faux bow. I'm also going to do the cheater method by attaching the back of the ribbon to that cardstock using tear and tape. So some great little tips here for you. They're oldies but goodies. So I'm using some tear and tape to pop it down in place. It's got a really great strong hold. So making sure I'm hanging on to that tab right down the bottom of our jar, taking all the backings off, and I'm going to really make sure that I hang on to it well. You don't want to get that tab stuck anywhere. Now to finish off the card, I'm just going to bring in some rhinestones and pop 3 down just to give it a little bit more of a sparkle. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed today's video tutorial. If you have, please give me a thumbs up, and I'd love it if you left me a comment. Don't forget I'm doing a blog hop with this card, so go over to my blog and check out all the other demonstrators' beautiful work that they have there. Until next time, have a wonderful day. Bye bye.